Alright guys, and welcome to another edition of Mascott Gaming. We've got another review with me and Nathan. Are you there, Nathan?
Hi, yeah, I am.
So, we're here with the... What are we here with, Nathan? What game are we playing?
Battlefield Hardline. The beta has just come out for the game, and well, Drift was the one who told me about it, and I told you about it. But I think it's a good game, and we should definitely do a review on it.
Yeah, let's definitely give it a go. Right, well, do you want to jump us into a game?
Yeah. And now, Dan, this is something that Drift asked me was, have you ever played any other Battlefield game?
Not really.
Well, like, preferably Battlefield 4 or something.
Ooh.
From a high desert town today, as an apparent turf war
Cartels
rages on
town,
between
chaos
state
in
and
the
a violent
streets as
criminal
residents
gang.
flee.
Sky 5 News will follow this
Weather
developing story.
forecasts imminent. Oh, well, weather forecast imminent. Whoa, this looks buggy. Well, there we go.
Remember, this is just
The beta.
the start of the game, or this is just the beta, yeah.
So who are we on game with? Doc Brown? Doc Emmett Brown? Or maybe not. People leaving and going in.
Police continue their push into an alleged gang-controlled town today.
This
But
is
many
another
of the
loading
town's
screen.
inhabitants appear determined to resist.
Right, so we're in.
But yeah, this game definitely, comparing it up to any previous Battlefield game I've played, it definitely feels a lot more refined.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
It's definitely, yeah.
Like, the weapons, quite good looking, do you know what I mean? The graphics are a lot, well, they're better than most shooters out there, do you know what I mean?
So that's you and on that motorbike, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Well, as you see me driving, it's not.
There's no e-brake.
Yeah, there's no help brake.
First thing I noticed.
It's not for the motorsport or anything. It's just
No.
It is what it says on the tin. I don't think the driving is that good for.
No, the driving could do more. No, you do have to remember, like, it is still only in beta. But, I know that the Battlefield 4, I played the Battlefield 4 beta, and I personally felt that it might have looked the same, like the beta to the real game, but it definitely didn't feel the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
they're like, it just, this feels, it's really, there's no other way to explain it, it just feels better.
yeah. It's quite a good,
It just,
good little games fight. It's nice that they've released it as a beta. You never really see that with Xbox games.
yeah, well, Battlefield are good for that. They've released the last two games, like this game and game 4 on beta, but Battlefield, yeah, is the only game that I've personally ever noticed doing that, besides Destiny, you know what I mean? But yeah, it definitely is.
Suspect
It's
taken
not
out.
the same as all other shooters. It's a lot better, I feel, anyway.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Suspect eliminated.
Well, I've quite a couple of good kills on this. I think I'm about to die in a second. No cover.
All units, we lost the territory.
Going to A.
Oh. Go straight away. I do hope though, something that I do hope for, is that when they bring this game out in full, that they kind of add more missions. Like obviously they will, but a lot of the missions now feel like there's literally one map for each mission, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do completely agree.
Yeah, it's not as bad as many other games that I've played. Especially for a beta, because you do kind of, I will admit, you will be playing this sometimes and you'll go, oh that's very glitchy. Then you'll kind of have to say to yourself, oh well it is only in beta.
Here comes the ammo!
Wait, I heard a bit of a snipe there from across the map.
There are a lot of people coming up on our position. Oh, I'm dead.
Whereabouts were they?
Where we were lying down. Now, it's Dan, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's been a long while since we actually did one of these kind of review
All
videos.
units, the
Yeah,
suspects
I
are
think the
gaining
last
ground.
one we did was MX
did.
versus ATV.
Yeah, we did one MX versus ATV video. That was it.
I think it's. I've had a bit of problem with storage. So the only game I could really fit on was MX versus ATV.
Yeah.
I got
I don't know, like, I don't know about the review. It's been a while since since we did it, but that game definitely feels like the only problem with it was that you just had to work, you had to keep on working, which is something that I definitely in these games is that
medkit for you.
you kind of just have to deal with is the fact that to get anything, you have to just work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it can be quite hard at times, which is why if you're not kind of willing to do that almost, then you'll probably not have any good guns or attachments or anything like that.
Well, for me, as not really a car, not really a shooting game kind of person.
First person shooter.
I just spawned in a room full of people, like enemies.
What were we saying, sir?
Be advised, officers. We just lost the territory.
Who gets the last laugh now? There's a guy by the compound. Don't fuck with me.
I mean, I keep on going to speak, but I go into
Yeah,
concentration
that's
mode.
it. Well, it does get a bit quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah.
So let me go in as an
But,
enforcer. Let's see what the different game types are like.
What were you saying anyway about you and first person shooter?
Well, it's not really. Sometimes it's not really my cup of tea.
Forte.
It's,
Sit down. Suspect neutralized.
I don't know. See, I've always been into
Suspects are on the run.
first person and third person as well,
Excellent job,
shooters.
officers. We got
So
this.
I really don't know, because when I get a new game, it's not really, or when I play a new
All units,
first
stay
person
vigilant,
game,
but
it's
it's
not
looking
really
good.
well, this is easy for new people kind of review from me. It's more of a from a long time kind of first person shooter gamer. How is it, and I definitely think as Battlefield always does, it constantly brings in new stuff, and even something that I've noticed is when you played Battlefield 4, you would have to buy a DLC to even get motorbikes.
Yeah, it's the only.
But then now in this,
The
they've
location is almost locked down.
added in. You don't need to, it's not, it's already in the game, basically, is what I'm saying. Which is quite cool, considering, like, you can go back through a lot of games, and they never really do that. Well, I personally know that they've never really done that. But, yeah, I definitely, like, it's good first-person shooter in my eyes. I would play this for hours on end.
Yeah. So it's a bit with me. It's a bit.
Suspects have claimed
How
some
do I
new
put it?
territory.
I'm enjoying it, but I can see myself getting very aggravated with
I think games like this, though, it really is, for me, now I don't know about many other people, but not to be jumping into another review, but games like, Destiny, Destiny I quite enjoyed, but I didn't have friends, I didn't have friends who were playing it, so I didn't really enjoy it to its full, which was just one of the many reasons I didn't get it,
Yeah.
And I definitely think that games like this, you definitely need friends to enjoy it to its max. Not even like you can enjoy it on your own, but to enjoy it doing lots of different things, you need at least one other person,
Yeah. Well, I think this game would be quite good with obviously the full group of us.
Yeah, the 4 of us.
I'm just trying a bit of the old sniperage, trying to see where. Oh, there we are. So a bit of a lay down, see if we can pick some people off.
I will be honest though, sniping's a lot harder in this game than it was in the other game.
Yeah, I can.
Battlefield 4.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
In Battlefield 4, it was a lot easier to see your bullet trail,
Yeah.
Whereas in this, it feels like, I think it's just because it's so sunny that it kind of can't see it, so you can't really adjust your shot as well.
Whereabouts it? Oh, it's falling down the hill. That's casual.
I do believe there's someone coming for us. Nope, never mind.
Be advised, officers. We just lost the
Oh
territory.
yeah, I definitely though, I quite like games that that you can snipe in and that they kind of have real life physics.
Yeah.
Completely.
Agree with that one. I think I'm gonna make a rush for
even
B.
with this game, I'll attempt to cover you with sniper fire. But even with the only problem is I don't know how to explain it, but basically, sometimes games go a little bit overboard with all the special things that you can do, do you know what I mean? And sometimes, they, there's always going to be people who kind of are good at the game, but in games like Battlefield, I stopped playing Battlefield 4 for a long time, and I just kind of, when I went back to it for a little bit, and I just everything was different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? everyone was so much better at the game than when I played. And it's definitely that, even in games like Call of Duty and all that, it's just, they can, if you leave for a short amount of time, like whether it be a week, whether it be a month, whatever, they, like, the standard will go up completely, 100%. And that's my only kind of, well, it's one of my very few, shall we say, complaints about games like this, where, as I said, you have to spend a long time on it to actually get good things, but then you have people that spend all their time on it, so they get everything, you know? Which is obviously always going to be a problem in every game you ever play, but in this game it feels a lot more kind of, obviously it wants to be more rewarding to those people, but it's a lot harsher on anyone that's just coming into the game.
Now I've set up a zip line to the
1013, dust storm advisory.
roof.
All units seek shelter now.
Oh,
EMT units incoming for suspect casualties.
zip
I picked up an LMG. That's something I noticed. I'm not 100% sure about other games or Battlefield 4 and all that, but
Suspects are taking
I
territory.
definitely I'm a little bit annoyed that you can't put a light machine gun on as your kind of weapon. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a bit of a...
You have to go and find it. And something I'm just thinking about there is, like, I'm comparing it a lot to Battlefield
Suspects have claimed
4.
some new
Do
territory.
you know what I mean? And I kind of feel like, I don't know if I should. Do you know what I mean? Because, yes, it's a different game, but you kind of do, in games like this, they do kind of have to live up to their successors.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Completely agree.
And I think that's why certain reviews can be different, just because I've played, let's just pretend I've played, I have played Battlefield 4, and you've never played Battlefield 4.
No.
I don't
think I've... Well, I might have
So,
played, but you never know.
yeah, so I'm enjoying this because I'm seeing the improvements from the previous game, but I don't know about you, do you know what I mean? Whereas you might be a little bit harsher on the game because you've never... I know it shouldn't really be like that. I know usually it would be like, I'd be harsher on it because I played the other one, but I definitely feel that I'd be a little bit or you'd be a little bit more kind of... I'd be more forgiving just because of the stuff that they've improved on.
See, with me, it was definitely... I don't think I got a kill. No, I didn't. With me, definitely, it's... I didn't get on with Call of Duty at all, but Battlefield I actually quite enjoy.
Yeah. Again, it's kind of going back to the you need friends to play the game, kind of way. Like, Call of Duty, I don't know, you know what I mean? Call of Duty at times, is a great game, and then
Tag that one!
you go on well, funny enough, I remember going on at, like, we used to have a little setup. Now, I don't really play Call of Duty much anymore, but we used to have a setup where we would only be able to play between, like, 5 and 10. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because all the people who were amazing at the game would come on all the other times, you know what I mean? And that's my...
I got it!
That's the only... Well, that's another, shall we say, problem about with this game that I have, is just that it's kind of, again, to reinstate myself, it's a lot less forgiving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't, not that it doesn't care, but it doesn't like, or it doesn't make it easier for a new person to come in and, just start the game from scratch and be fine. Work all that well.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the backside. Right, let's go and capitalise on C, because
Well, I believe you are. No, I'm squad leader. So I'll just
I need this location held
stay
down.
here. I do like this sandstone, or this, sandstone. So, they need to fix the nature though when this is happening because all the trees.
yeah, the trees are
shake.
it's cheaper to just get
But I just hope in like, I feel gameplay wise, I personally prefer this to Battlefield 4, just the way it feels, and that's the only way to explain it. It's just the feeling of the game.
yeah.
But, not graphically wise, I guess you could say. Just don't know, like, or even just kind of, let's just say in Battlefield 4, okay, and I hate to have to compare it, but I do. In Battlefield 4, there was a map where it was capture the, or it was capture the flag, or it was like domination, like this is, where, you know, you were playing for 20 minutes, and it was a goddess stormy then, and then all of a sudden, you were like, because there was only an A and B flag, and then 20 minutes in or so,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, the C flag crashes on the island, on a boat, do you know what I mean? It's just like, I hope they add in cool little things like that, because I know that, I believe that there's a thing on Hardwired where you're able to blow up a crane, but it really doesn't do any devastating damage, you know? Like, I just hope that they add in more kind of not graphically, but kind of environmental effects.
Take that!
Oh, there's a guy outside, by the way, down to right there.
Took out armed suspect. Check that officer.
The guys in there are insane. Right, let's give it a go for a mechanic.
Suspects have claimed new
See what
territory.
this can do.
All units, we have multiple officers.
I will be honest though, I do sometimes forget that you and Mark are more kind of racing game players than
Yeah,
anything else.
it's a bit different. I enjoy every kind of game, really. I think the reason I don't play these games is because you have that infuriating kind of side of it, and I just don't like it.
I guess it. I just know that like a lot of the time, you know, as I said, I do kind of just forget that you guys
Units, we are losing control of the
Yeah.
don't always play it, or play it.
That sneaky 66 play. He's a pain in the backside.
Although I do, right, and you probably haven't played the game, but the graphically wise and just kind of like setup wise, it quite reminds me of Payday. I don't know if you've ever played that.
No, I've never Payday.
Keep firing. I gotta load
It's
up.
basically like it's a game about fight and robbing banks and
Give me some help.
but
Got that
I
one.
know that this game feels a lot
suppressed.
like the
Keep the
first
fire
one.
going.
Or not feels, looks a lot like the first one. Which is a little bit weird in the sense of they're kind of going for the same thing, you know?
All units, the location is under suspect control.
This truck here, Dan, might be a bit of a problem because they can spawn on this truck.
Yeah.
Passed.
Ah,
Suspect
no
still
problem.
located.
They're in the house. There's two of them. Right, I think this will be the last kill, and then we'll end. As you see.
It's definitely, the game modes are a lot longer than other games that you can play.
Suspect eliminated.
They're like an hour long or something. I believe.
Yeah.
Got a suspect.
Down and down. Well, I reckon this game, to be honest, is definitely one to look out for when they release the full game.
Yeah.
And I think that I mean, you can see what you're doing in the bottom left corner, which is quite good. I like that. That's very good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But yeah, so it's time for the Aunchy Graunchy. What out of 10, Nathan? Just from the beta.
Just from the beta, well, I'd say maybe a 6, to be honest. But
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll improve with the kind of full game coming out, you know?
Yeah. I think it's going to be. Yeah. It's going to be very progressive.
It's for now. It's good, but I can't see it fully taking all of my attention for the moment.
Yeah.
But I'm sure eventually when they release the full game and they add in a few more features and maps and possibly game modes,
Yeah.
it'll be pretty cool.
Well, there you go.
It'll get a lot better,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, definitely agree. Well, I think we'll wrap it up as it is there, and we hope you guys go out and download this beta and enjoy it as much as we have. It's definitely a nice. I mean, this is a few things that we're just unlocking and ranking up. Almost at level 10. But yeah, right. So that's a goodbye from Dan.
Goodbye from me.
Speak to you guys later. Goodbye.
Bye.